What's going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republics off the air. Immediately following NXT, we've got Halloween Havoc coming up, and we're going to predict it. I'm stoked about it. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's October 22nd. I'm going to send it out first to the DMV, to the Tuesday Night Delight himself. Get your twos up. What's up, Shotty? How are you?
Clark, my boy, what's going on, man? I am back. I was not on the daily today. I appreciate you holding the fort down for me, but we here, man. Another episode of NXT off the air, and Jesus, man, they just clicking on all cylinders, bro. They doing a lot of crazy stuff. We got Halloween Havoc. We going to ECW Arena soon. Go ahead. I see y'all, HBK. Keep doing the great work, bro.
I'm excited about it. 2300. How about it? That's so cool. I love that. Philly, you see the Eagles hat there representing. But of course, we can't have a Tuesday without the guy in Louisville that we should do what again, Driz?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. It is your boy Dryzzy, aka Plug Funny, the wrestling plug. You don't know what to watch. You hold your twos up, look to me, and I say, I got you. Oh, this has probably been the best go home show for a pay per view that NXT has ever had. Good wrestling, good story progression, and fire video packages tonight. I'm still shocked at Rich Holland. Who knew he had that in him?
I tell you what, I didn't actually. The promo shocked me. I'm with you there, Driz. Although I was expecting a little quintessential stud muffin, maybe. You never know. I'm just saying.
You just don't throw that out there. You gotta give it. You gotta.
That's not every week. That's not every week. Okay, seriously though. By the way, guys, this is gonna sound like a dumb question considering I'm the host, but since we are doing predictions, which one should we start with?
Which one should we
Drizzy
I
got
have the card. We running with the card. I
Yeah.
have the card. We got this. We can run with the card. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This Sunday, it is NXT. Wrong show. NXT Halloween Havoc. Yes, an oldie but a goodie. Normally a Wednesday special, 2 week special, but tonight, this year, they're giving it to us all in one night on Sunday and a pay per view, and it does not seem cartoony in any way. I know when you hear Halloween Havoc, you think back to the old WCW days when they would sit there and have the mummy come out, or back when the giant was literally a fictional giant man who could do magic and shit. But Halloween Havoc this year in NXT is taken seriously, and you gotta love it. It almost feels like it is the rebirth of the women's division. This era of the women's division. That's the way they framed it out on this go home show, and that's the way they're framing it out at Halloween Havoc this year. I do have the card, and the first match that we are going to be doing predictions for is the women's North American title match. It is a spin the wheel, make the deal match. Kalani Jordan will defend her title against one of the three members of Fatal Influence. Hey, I got it right. And the wheel was spun tonight, and it is a spinner's choice. Fellas, I ask you, who's winning this match, and what match is Fatal Influence going to use to try and get the head up on the leg up on Kalani?
Hold up. Before we start, we're gonna have to do something a little different. Drizzy is hosting the show today.
Yes,
He
I
got
have
the
no
card
doubt
on deck,
about it. He's got the
and
card.
He started it. So
I have the card, but I do not have the power because I am on the other screen.
it's all good. I'll do the
Fine.
production side, but you Drizzy in the middle. Man, I'll go first. Man, this is difficult, right? Spinner's choice makes me feel like it's gonna be some uh some shenanigans. It may be a handicap match. And I think that's what it's gonna be. I think we are going to have not a handicap match. I think it's going to be a gauntlet match. I think we will have all three members of Fatal Influence going against Kalani Jordan this Sunday, where each woman will get an opportunity to beat her and get the title off of her. It'll probably start off with Jasmine Nix, then it'll probably go to Fallon Henley, and then we'll end with a JC Jane. I think it makes sense just off of how they are as a unit and as a team. They're going to try to get the numbers game, but I think this is gonna be that match where we're gonna look at Kalani Jordan in a different light. We're gonna see the babyface that she is battling through all sorts of adversity, going against the Mortal Kombat ladder that is the Fatal Influence. But the fatality will go towards them because Kalani Jordan will be and still North American Women's Champion because I think she got a scarier opponent on the horizon after what we saw at the end of the day show with was Zaraya or Zaria?
I
How
thought
you
it's.
saying
I think it's Zarya. I think we're going with Zarya until they decide that they want to tell us what it actually is, because that Australian twang makes things sound differently.
it?
But
Zaria.
yeah, there we
Yeah,
Can't
go.
do nothing.
the artist formerly known as Delta,
Yeah,
right? I
that I
think
like that better.
at one point.
So
Um,
I like that. I like that. Clark, what do you think?
okay, so for me, this one I don't want to make it a cop out and like fully agree with Shad here, but I think it's at least a fatal four-way match. The numbers game, try to take advantage of it. Fatal influence. It would be illogical not to, in some way, try to make it 3-on-1 or even 2-on-1 at worst. I still think Kalani Jordan overcomes it and retains. I think the run has been so important, and I think Kalani Jordan walks out Women's North American Champion. I don't see anything changing in that regard. Whether it's somehow she plays Fatal Influence against each other, or some other way. I think Kalani gets the victory. I think she retains the title. I don't see a reason to put the belt on any of the members of Fatal Influence at this moment right now.
Hmm. I see where you guys are going with it, and I actually like it because it's really good thinking outside of the box for that. Me, on the other hand, I truly do believe that they're going to try to give this belt to Fallon Henley. She has been a backbone in this women's division for a while now, and I think she's credible enough that she could be the one who could take that belt off of Kalani. Now, the thing that I do like that you guys pointed out is they're working as a unit. So there's a possibility that even if Fallon does win this match, they're still gonna try and freebird this belt. And I don't know how NXT is gonna. I've seen them do it with tag belts. Not sure how they would do it with the North American title. Nor do I think they should. But I definitely do think going Fallon Henley for the choice, and for the spinner's choice, I think they're just gonna do a lumberjill match, and it just be those three. And that way, it guarantees that she stays in the ring. There's no they can be out there and do whatever they want. It keeps it keeps it all in the family. So to say. So that's me. Let's
I
see.
like I like it. We got a couple comments first before we get to the next choice. And salute to y'all in the comments. We got a lot of people also on there.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we gotta do our honorable thing that we do every time my dog MDB's in it. I love you, Solo Sokoa. I love you, my tribal chief. Oh
Oh,
man. My bro also says spinner choice equals Kalani losing.
It
nope.
Bobby
should. It
Bobby
should, but
Petito. I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know if them girls got the. You might be right. We'll see. I like that we don't all agree on this. Bobby saying Delta is going to be the one that beats Kalani Jordan for the NXT North American Women's Championship. This is an actual interesting comment. Honestly, I love Kalani, but somebody needs to whoop her and give her some edge. She's too bubblegum.
Hmm. I
Okay.
don't think
yes,
so.
I don't think she's bubblegum. I wouldn't call it bubblegum. I do think that she's very babyface, very babyface. But in this day and age, it is hard to be babyface and everybody like it, because everybody wants some a little edge to their baby faces. They want. I don't know if y'all remember when Drew McIntyre was a face. He wasn't the gullible gung ho, let's go get him, babyface. He had common sense, and I think Kalani has common sense. So I don't think that she's too bubblegum. I just think that it's not liked by most media because everybody loves a heel.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, what's the next match on the card?
The next match on the card comes to us from the good folks at Chase U after an amazing video package from Ridge Holland of all people. Ridge Holland. He's out here throwing people, and they had that horrible he hurts people gimmick, and now he's out here throwing 5-star promos like this.
Almost.
That is wild. It is going to be Ridge Holland against Andre Chase in an ambulance match. I'm gonna go Clark. How do you feel about this, and who you got winning?
I think this match was built for Ridge Holland here. I mean, we've told a story for a long time about Ridge regretting putting people in ambulances. I don't think it's the most tasteful way to say it, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna regret this one, and he's gonna put Andre Chase in the ambulance, and he's gonna win the match. It's gonna be ugly, and it's Ridge Holland. He's gonna win. It's that simple. I mean, it's built around the idea that he's put a lot of people on the shelf, and I don't think he necessarily, outside of kayfabe, puts Andre Chase on the shelf, but he definitely puts him in the ambulance on Saturday.
Bro, that's insane to say.
I'm just saying,
Why
it's
am I
not a
laughing about that?
coincidence.
God, my bad, son.
This is it's wild. They really did put him in a match
So crazy
like
to
this,
say.
and
My man said he really injuring people, so this match makes the most sense for him.
they
Built
I
it
mean,
around his character.
that's what they've done. That is exactly what they've done. Like, he hurts people. He puts
Actually.
people in ambulances. Let's make that his gimmick. It's almost as bad as what Drew
Yeah,
Gulak is doing. That's as bad as what Drew Gulak is doing on the Indies right now.
Oh my god,
This is his match.
that guy.
I would. I think the thing is, there's better ways to say it without actually trying to make it your gimmick. Just go take people out. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, it's hard to deny that they didn't build the match around the idea that he has actually put people in
Charlotte
ambulances.
dyed his beard too. The darker the beard, the darker the heel. That's
sorry,
the
that is the
Lexus.
comment of the
That's
day.
from the Lexus King book of heel.
Oh,
But that is what it is. Shad, I go to you. Who you got winning this match?
All right, let me say this first and foremost. I'm a sucker for ambulance matches. I feel like they're some of the most chaotic, entertaining matches that you can display. Halloween Havoc is gimmick central. It seemed like we got so many gimmick matches, but it being the theme of the event, I'm not too upset about it. This has been an ongoing story for a while. It makes sense. There's a lot of deception. There's a lot of beef between both of these guys. But man, for me to pick the bad guy would only make me upset. Because Ridge Holland, as good as you are at promos now, you deserve nothing good in this world. You deserve absolutely zero victories in your entire rest of your WWE career. This is about the man, the myth, the legend, Andre Chase, the man that was, scamming people off of them tuition money to now creating an established, renowned university. I got Andre Chase putting him in the ambulance. I got Thea Hill driving the ambulance to the nearest hospital and them throwing him out there, and we never see Ridge Holland again.
Interesting. I don't 100% not agree with you on that one. I'm gonna go probably about the exact same, except I believe there's gonna be a little bit more cinematic to it. I believe that Andre Chase is gonna be struggling against Ridge Holland, and that's gonna bring out Riley Osborne, and then that's gonna bring out Duke Hudson And then all three of them together are gonna have to try to get Ridge Holland into the ambulance to win the match. It is gonna be a Chase U that wins the match, not just Andre Chase. Chase U as a whole. And but I do think this match is gonna be. It's my right now. It's my dark horse of as match of the night. Andre Chase, when he is in these matches, cooks every single time. He has not had a horrible match in a while. In fact, I think he may have one of our favorite matches on NXT TV this year. He is absolutely one of the best in the ring, one of the best in the ring right now. And Rich and the things that he has, this whole when this whole thing started, I really believed that the Andre Chase rub wasn't going to work on Rich Holland because it's worked on JC Jane, it's worked on Riley, it's worked on Duke, and now it's working even as feuds. Like Andre Chase has the magic touch. He knows how to save people. He's got it. He's got the gift. So I'm going with Andre Chase winning with Chase U helping. But Rich Holland has been made by this now. You gotta
I,
love
I
it.
I do agree. I feel like it's definitely giving him more of a character and a purpose, right? A purpose
Yeah.
in character. So we'll have to wait and see. This is the question we got to help our buddy with. He's trying to decide where he wants to go to college. Learning Reed University, don't know what that
I
is,
don't know
or
about learning to
Chase
He
read.
meant the learning tree.
University.
You don't say that too loud. You hear Chris Jericho pop out like, I'm the learning tree.
I would go
Yeah.
to like I don't know, learning re sounds interesting wherever that
Mr.
is.
Feeney over anybody. Also, that's not a
Yeah,
diss.
First off, Mr. Feeney is the hate is strong. Hey,
Yeah, the
everybody
haters.
loves the U. Everybody loves the U. It's like
I,
everybody loves the acclaim. Everybody loves the U.
I'm a
I'm
Thea Hail
surprised.
Chase
I'm
U fan.
surprised you ain't say Bishop Sycamore,
Ah,
MDP.
that
I think that's a high school.
it's a high
Yes,
school. It's a high
it
school with a
is.
lot of guys who probably should have been in college.
Hi guys.
I guess. Oh man.
Oh,
What we got? What we got next on the docket, Jizzy?
okay. Next match, probably. I the way they're building this, I'm pretty sure it'll be the main event, but I'll go with it right now. The women's tag. Oh, it's a women's tag match. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade against Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, Shad. Good deal. Let me know who you got for this.
Oh man, I am excited for this match first and foremost. Um, After tonight, you you see what we signed up for when we got these two women on NXT. Absolute studs, just looking great out there. Julia and Stephanie are some of the best professional wrestlers in the women's division, point blank, period. And them going against our reigning NXT champion, women's champion Roxanne Perez, and the return of her frenemy Cora Jade. This is going to be one of them ones. I'm excited for it. I am going to go ahead and say we are going to have a screwy finish in this match that will lead to Stephanie and Julia winning. I think Julia losing two straight PLE matches wouldn't be beneficial for her. And I don't think Stephanie losing her initial PLE debut in this type of match would be beneficial for her. I think Roxanne is going to eat the pin. And I think it's going to be accidental in a way where Cora Jade gets her to eat the pin. Because I think we are going to build up to this fatal four-way between these four women. You talk about star power. I think you got four pretty big stars in this match. And y'all, we can't forget, man, Cora Jade has kind of been here from the beginning of time in this NXT, from the 2.0 to where we are now. And even though she's kind of been in and out, unfortunately, with injuries, they happen, she's really established herself as a key member in the women's division, a very prominent heel. And I know they're good now, But there's that tension between those two women. Roxanne and Cora are frenemies for a reason. And I think she might want some of that gold too from a Roxanne Perez. And Roxanne she can't let her, you gotta have eyes behind your heads because you got a lot of women gunning for you. So I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be a incredible match, and I'm just excited for it, dog. We eating good. My bad.
Question: do you think that there will be any Zarya influence in this match? Because you saw as the show ended tonight, all the major champions were out there,
Hmm.
and she happened to come and make everybody shaking their boots.
The thing is this: I feel like Zarya could benefit going for the North American women's title rather than going for the NXT women's title. I say that more so because if you put all your ducks in a row for one belt, then what is there for the other belt with all of these new women? Like everyone's going for the main title. I feel like her just going on a murder row, just running through chicks and gunning for Kalani for that North American title would make a little bit more sense. But I wouldn't be surprised by it too. The thing is this, man. They've done a hell of a job with the debuts and presentations for these new signings. Like
Mm,
the entrances have been absolutely stellar. Like Zarya's entrance tonight looked freaking amazing. Like she looks so damn cool. Julia's entrance is one of my favorites, and Stephanie alone is the same thing. Like the lighting, just how all of the ring gear looks. Like they really are presenting these three kind of like the big three signings form, and it's a good thing that they're doing because I mean we talked about it earlier tonight too, bro. Like only one match was a men's match tonight. Every match
mhm.
tonight was a women's match. Like the women's division is really the backbone of NXT.
And it's almost like in tonight just really kind of reinforced. Yeah, this is a new era in the division now. We're not. Yes, Roxanne Perez is still champion, but now we've added all these new faces, international flavor, the best of the best. It's so
Yeah.
good that the women's tag division as a whole is taking place in NXT. It's surrounded by
You,
NXT at the
you know
moment.
what? Let's talk about that for a quick second while Clark gets his internet fixed up. Because I think WWE has just reignited the women's tag division, and what was once talked about as a weak point, something where people were saying we need to eliminate the tag team titles. It is probably the strongest tag division on WWE's show on all three shows because you can
Absolutely.
incorporate all three into it. Like
Yep.
we saw tonight, dog. We saw Jakara Lash, that's an NXT team. Damage Control, that's a Raw team. Chelsea and Piper, that's a SmackDown team. All fighting amongst each other, but they all want the same thing, and that's them belts that's on Jade and Bianca, who have
Hmm.
been feuding with all three of these women in separate manners. And I think, like, I swear, I wish we had Mania right now because that's a hell of a fatal four way type of tag match that we could
Yeah, that's
set ourselves up with.
absolutely. This would be where you would add ladder match, and it would be like the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian all over
ENC,
again.
yeah.
Because these three, like those three teams alone,
And
make
yo,
it interesting, and then add Bianca and Jay, and that's just the top of it. When you sit there and think about Caden and
cause
Candice underneath, the Pure Fusion Collective down there,
yeah,
the Unholy Union, like
Union, Caden
these
and
unions,
JC Catanzaro
There's
yeah,
finally an actual division.
yep.
with established teams.
Um,
And
the way
the way, yeah,
we just saw them come back
Indy
out.
and Tiffany and Naya, if they wanted to be a team, could work as a
Hmm.
team. Liv and Raquel.
Yep.
Like
Easily.
there's a lot of teams out there. And then it feels important again. Like, and that's why I said it, and people was giving me like crap about it. I think Jade and Bianca are the most important and the best tag teams, like in pro wrestling right now.
Oh,
Like
I would agree.
they make them titles mean something because like I want to beat them because those are like that's like Kobe and Shaq. I gotta beat them.
Yeah, it's
I
two
gotta
Right.
beat them. I
ridiculous
gotta.
individual
If I
stars
want to be
too.
the best, I gotta beat the best. That's the type of like mantra people are on, and it makes sense.
It is, and you know what I also think is great before we move on to Clark. This is not a thing that just happened overnight. It's been going on for a while.
Hmm.
They've spent a good year just trying to get it on par. Because if you look outside of wrestling, women's tag team wrestling is a big deal when you have teams like in NWA, the women's tag champs are the King Bees,
Hmm.
Charity King and Danny B.
Yep.
Yeah, they're sick. I like them
Great
a lot.
tag teams. Like uh even in TNA, the
Spitfire.
system. Well, no, it's not system no
No
more.
doubt.
But
Yeah,
they were the first
Patricia.
ones in North America with a
Alicia.
women's tag division. So it's
Yeah,
just the evolution is finally making it to WWE, and they're finally putting it on stage for everybody to see.
I agree
and I
100%.
love this comment before we do your predictions, Clark. Bianca and Rhea Ripley have been the two most important women in WWE for the past 4 to 5 years, and they will be for the
Absolutely.
next 5 years. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they are they.
Yeah.
Damn it, man! I hate to say it. They are treading on a way to be above the four horsewomen just off of them two alone, off the star power, off the accolades and stuff. They
I
could
wouldn't
definitely do it.
I wouldn't say it's an above thing. I just think it's the four horsemen carried the ball so far, so now Rhea, Raquel, and I'm gonna add Raquel, Rhea, Raquel, and Bianca are carrying the ball even further.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because obviously the Four Horsemen, it's a different era. I
Mhm.
think, right? This is the Ripley and Bianca era. I do think there would be more crossover had we not seen other factors towards the end of the Four Horsewomen's initial run in the first place, right?
Mhm.
Mercedes Moné's in AEW.
Yep,
Becky Lynch has been a mother for a lot of
Yeah.
this,
she's in
right?
motherhood.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's there's a lot of stuff
Mhm.
at play there, but I would agree that right this second it's Bianca and it's Ripley.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyways, let's get to your prediction on this
Clark,
Is this the
tag
please
same
guess.
team
match as when I
women's
left? I
match.
apologize because I did
The
drop
Yes,
out.
tag, yeah, it's
yeah.
Julia and Stephanie versus
Perfect.
Roxanne and Cora.
Okay,
Yep.
that's actually perfect because I remember right before I left, we were talking about potential shenanigans in this one. I kind of see that. I don't know that there's a clean finish here. If I see anyone getting pinned, weirdly, I think it would be Cora for some reason, taking the pinfall to either Julia or Stephanie, and somehow that leads to them being the next challenger for Roxanne, or maybe it's Roxanne who takes the fall. I really am not sure. This to me is the toughest match to call on the card because, it, yeah, I can see multiple different ways they go about the finish. I can see one where there's almost a complete non-finish, and I could see another one where maybe even Roxanne takes the fall to either Julia or Stephanie, and that sets up the singles match. But if I have to go with my gut, I'm gonna say Vaquer pins Cora Jade because that was just like what my gut said out of the gates. And I don't really, but I had less of a why compared to some of the other scenarios. I said that's what my gut told me.
Hmm. No, it's always good to go with your gut. Never go against the gut ever.
Yeah,
That's what they teach you in math. Always go with the gut. As for me, my choice, I am going with a Stephanie and Julia win with Stephanie pinning Roxanne Perez. Roxanne's the only one in this match who has been in here for a while. She can take a loss. These are the losses that she can take. And I feel like she would take it just strategically because your belt's not on the line. What's the worst that can happen at this point in time? They'll yap about they should get a title shot, but they can't beat her 1-on-1. That just seems to be it. But this is a showcase of your women's main event in NXT right now. And it's a great way to showcase it. I think I booked this like a couple of weeks ago when we were trying to figure out what Julia and Stephanie would look like in NXT, and I think you said it exactly this way. It would be a tag match, and it's going to lead to either a one-on-one match between Stephanie and Roxanne, or another one of Stephanie and Cora, or some combination of that will lead to a title match. And these are the women that are sitting at the top of that deep women's division with Delta on the outside, looking in, ready to go at a moment's notice, as you've seen as the show went off the air today. It's the NXT women's division. Let's beat dead horse. The best division in wrestling. We got to put that on a shirt with a Wrestling Republic logo. Like
I'm
that
I'm
is money.
I'm with that, man. And yeah, that's gonna be an interesting match. I'm definitely excited to see those four ladies get an opportunity to work. So
Like
yeah,
I don't think there's any better way that this could have booked. I feel like this booked itself. Honest to God,
yeah,
like when you have such great talent, it just the pieces are falling into place. Here it is on the plate. Here, have at it. All you
yeah.
need.
We got some predictions from the comments too. The homie Anthony Manzano picking Julia and Stephanie.
Hmm.
Um, MDB thinks Stephanie gets the pin and gets the win for her team. Bobby Petito asking a great question. Of course, we
Yeah,
ain't lazy over here. We don't run from the ground, Bobby.
we'll
We will
do
be
it
live right after the PLE on Sunday to review.
Saturday.
No, Sunday.
Is it
Sunday.
Sunday?
It
It's
is
twenty
Sunday.
seventh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, we confused ourselves earlier. So if it was Saturday, we weren't, but it is because it is
If
Sunday.
if you show up here
shh. You
Saturday,
don't even know that,
No,
Clark.
if
best
you
case scenario,
if you show up here
I'll take the
Yeah,
Saturday,
blame.
if you show up here Saturday, don't expect to hear us talking about NXT. They'll be talking about Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
But
gonna.
We
if you
watching. We
show up,
watching. We watching Bound for Glory on Saturday.
but if you show up
Um,
Sunday, right place, right time.
We'll be there Sunday.
for sure, man.
If I
But
accidentally show up Saturday and go live, I'll talk to you guys for a couple minutes.
It'll definitely be TNA. They'll be talking about Joe Hendry
I should
being the
totally
new
do that. Just
TNA
accidentally
champion.
go live a day
Like
early.
whoops.
yeah,
This is the
what
Yeah, y'all
we
see
NXT. Oops.
what we got? What's the next match on the card, Driz?
the next match is a North American title match. The new champ, Tony D, will be defending his newly won North American Championship against the ruler himself, Obafemi, in a tables, ladders, and scares match. I thought this match was the match sounds funny as hell. It sounds like a complete and utter joke until Obafemi walks in, and then you realize your life is in danger.
Yeah,
Clark,
Yeah.
let's start with you. How do you
I really
feel?
want to know what the scares are, Drizzy. I want to know what the scares are. Are
Obafemi's the
they
Obafemi.
scariest.
are those
Obafemi
gonna
is the
be
scares.
chairs? Is it just Obafemi? So is it just a tables and ladder? Is it just a tables and ladders match? I mean, the fact that it's gonna be a ladder style match where like it's the first one to get the belt makes me think that Tony D's gonna retain the title. I think he retains the title and is absolutely decimated afterwards. I think he somehow survives, climbs the ladder, and gets it. And then that's the scares, is whatever happens after this match to Tony D'Angelo. I think we might have one of those classic updates from the hospital type thing sitting next to the North American title from Tony D for the foreseeable future after what Obafemi does after not regaining his North American title. But yeah, I'm going with my gut once again. I think Tony D retains. He gets the victory on paper. He loses the war though at the end to Obafemi.
Man, let me tell you, if that happens, I do not want to be Tony D'Angelo.
No. I think the most violent part of the match happens after the match.
Child. Obafemi with tables and ladders is enough. So, Shad, what do you think? Where are we at with this? Is Tony D'Angelo's life flashing before your eyes as this
So
is being talked about?
so I think WWE does this thing where they have a lot of repetitive booking, and it happens on other shows. And I kind of feel like this booking is very similar to what's going on Monday Night Raw with Jay Uso and Braun Breaker, where I feel like a big reason Tony D'Angelo got the title is for the moment itself. I would have been perfectly fine of that being the end of it, and then Oba going to greener pastures, going for the big gold. But it's just hard for me to see this man lose, round three and losing to Tony D'Angelo two times. That's no knock on Tony D'Angelo. I was happy for him. I told y'all we needed to celebrate his victory. He did it for the family. But this time around, I got him losing. I think Obafemi is going to leave a mark. And I think it is going to be it's not even going to be a mark. I think he's going to leave a indent. I think we will see Tony D'Angelo's skull indented so far that he is going to look like a uh, little it'll probably look like a pothole in Philadelphia. That's how bad he's gonna just completely annihilate him. I got Obafemi getting his title back. I think the goal is for him to be double champ. I just think when you see a guy like Obafemi being double champ kind of works out for him, and I still feel we'll get to that direction. So I got him beating Tony D'Angelo this Sunday.
2 times.
So, I am the tiebreaker in this case. I am going to go because, like I said earlier, the only thing scarier than Obafemi is being in a ring where Obafemi can use weapons on you. Your life is in danger. I say all this to say that they wouldn't have gone through the process of showing Obafemi destroy the family systematically and very smartly by himself with the help of one Nikita Lyons. I gotta say that Tony's probably gonna win this match with the family pulling whatever body parts they have left to help. And then I do agree with Clark. I think that is where we see the death of death in the family, and Tony D'Angelo will be then tossed and power bombed into oblivion. And I'm also hoping that this is what sends him to the main roster because Tony D'Angelo is overdue for that trip. Let the family is built enough that they can take care of themselves in NXT. Tony, it's time for you to get the family ready for the main roster. And that means you need to go up there and do some work, link up with our guy Giovanni Vinci, and let's just enjoy the main roster. Obafemi is not good for your health right now.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
it,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting,
there
man.
is nothing good we can say about it. No matter what, Obafemi is going to put his hands on you.
Whether win or lose, that's the interesting part. Is like we had different predictions on the victor, but not the outcome.
Yeah,
If that makes
Yeah,
any sense, like that doesn't happen very often.
for sure.
that's because
What we no go ahead. What you gonna say?
that's because only three things in life are for sure: death, taxes, and Obafemi.
Yeah, it's true. Right, the second that's true.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll see what the comments are saying. We got split comments as well. Bobby Petito says Tony D'Angelo retains. Obafemi does go for the NXT Championship. Not a bad call. Imagine if the scare coming out is Lexus King's beard. I don't want nightmares, buddy.
no.
Manzano saying basically what I said. Obafemi regains his title because, to be honest, I think NXT wants him to be a dual championship. Um, I mean, yeah, man, I think that's what is gonna happen. He said Obafemi about to cook Tony D with the Jollof rice. Jollof
Nah, he
rice is
really is. He really is. If you know, you know. He really is. It's about to be. Oh my god, you about to treat that man like some fufu. It's it's over. And you know what's gonna be so bad? You know what? To piggyback off of that, I think it'll be good. Let's go ahead and destroy Tony D after the match. Send him to the main roster, and then you know what NXT does so well that they are long overdue for a tournament. Let's get a North American title tournament. Let's build some new stars. The women's division is already rebuilt. The main event scene is already rebuilt. Let's get on this North American scene now. All right.
I like it. I
I'm
like
with
it.
that.
What
All
we
right.
got left? Just the main event? The
Main event. This is the last of the last. The main event. Another spin the wheel, make a deal match. Trick Williams, the champ, just got his belt back against Ethan Page. Not some ego, but all ego. A Devil's Playground match. Clark, we know how much you love some Ethan Page.
Oh, Diet
Is
Scott
Ethan
Hall.
Page winning his belt back?
No, he's not. Not even with the Devil's Playground stipulation. This is Trick Williams all day. Trick shot. He gets the victory. I do think there will be some really cool spots. I think the chemistry between these two and the rivalry has been good. And that this will be some kind of a street fight with a lot of weapon usage. I like the idea of a gimmick match type payoff between these two. But yeah, I as much as I'd like to continue to criticize Ethan Page, I do think this run's been really good. And this is the end of it though. Trick Williams retains. I don't want to see it hot potatoed back and forth again. And I think Trick goes over once again. I have to stick with that for sure.
Not bad. I understand. This isn't the Attitude Era where belts get tossed around like ooh, hop, catch. Let's build. Let's have a champion with some substance. Let's let him get some wins under his belt.
Yeah,
Chad, what are you thinking, man? Is Trick finally going to get the Ethan Page monkey off his back?
I think this is going to be a interesting match. I think this is going to be an overbooked match. I think we're going to see a lot of moving parts happen. I think we'll see, props upon props, people upon people. I feel like the numbers game might come into attack. I think Ethan Page might call some devils that attacked Trick Williams before, and I think a Carmelo Hayes may come to the show. I think Carmelo Hayes may try to assist Ethan Page on a money mission to try to stop his old best friend. But who comes to even the odds? CM Punk. I got CM Punk helping Trick Williams beat Ethan Page. If it isn't CM Punk, it might be Sexy Red. But I got CM Punk coming back, helping out, even in the odds with Trick Williams, to set up Ethan Page versus CM Punk in Philadelphia at the ECW Arena on NXT. But I do have Trick Williams retaining. This probably will not happen, but this is what I want to happen. And what I want to happen should happen. I need CM Punk versus Ethan Page on NXT in Philly. But yeah, I got Trick Williams retaining. And yo, Sexy Red and him definitely still got some static, so she should come out.
Let me tell you, if Ethan Page got Trick Williams down and get ready to pin, and all you hear is "Get it sexy," comes running out. I'm about to lose my stuff. Like,
yeah, man.
Sexy Red making the save.
It's a run in.
And Sexy we trust.
You're not. You know what? As outlandish as that sounds, it doesn't sound too far away of what could really happen if we really had anybody else that was ECW adjacent around.
It would be Halloween Havoc.
It definitely would, but maybe they get RoboCop or something like that. They normally do some type of
Mysterio pop up in that purple
the one against Eddie.
Against Eddie, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, by the way,
outlandish.
Hold up. You know what the most for me is about this pay-per-view. What the hell is Shotzi Blackheart?
Good point.
It's a great question.
But I think it's because it's not a TV special. Like normally it's a TV special.
Yeah.
You got 2 weeks. They can sit there and do like when they have like Chucky and all that pop up. They're not doing that this year.
I miss my girl Shotzi. But
I
Drizzy,
mean,
who you got winning, man?
me,
Take us
I
home.
am. Y'all know how I am. I've been booking been booking Trick Williams' title run since last Stand and Deliver. He is going to finally beat Ethan Page in a hellified match. They are going to beat the living hell out of each other. It is going to be gruesome. Devil's Playground is just going to be a funny way, just something to make you think, oh, that's going to be funny. No, it is not. It is going to be gruesome. The promo that Ethan Page cut tonight has proven that this match is going to be a fight. And it's going to be a great way to send Ethan Page off to the main roster and send Trick on his long awaited destiny to Stand and Deliver, where he will face Obafemi in the main event for the NXT title. I'm telling you, it is going to happen. I'm booking this. I got the pin. All right.
I like it. I like it a lot, man. This
All right. What the
this
comments
is
got?
good.
The comments
Comments
got.
comments are a little too wild right now, but except for a Raven
And missing
uh,
Shotzi.
What about Raven? You know what? What about Raven? What about he?
I think Raven's out of wrestling at this stage. That's the only thing.
yeah, we'll probably get like Dreamer, Bully Ray, RVD.
People that aren't
Somehow.
affiliated with AEW, you're definitely gonna get them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
man.
see.
Yeah, he missing Shotzi, but somebody take his brother's utensils away. Who? Huh?
Oh, I think that was in Drizzy said he had the pen.
Mm.
Writing. Yeah. Wait, he must disagree with the
Y'all
prediction.
been watching my product this whole time. I've been booking it. So yeah. Y'all ain't know about that. I've been booking it.
Oh man. Well,
If
I
our hearts
think
and minds are clear.
for sure. I mean, well, that's all the time we have in regards to the show. But hey man, if y'all not busy this Sunday right after NXT, come rock with us. We are gonna be reviewing off the air Halloween Havoc. It's gonna be a great one. Same time next week. And watch the dailies, watch Sunday Spotlight, do all that, man. Y'all got anything else before we go off?
Follow
Media apology.
everything Wrestling Republic.
Yes,
Bro, you
follow
love my
everything.
product.
Smash like, subscribe.
You
All
love my
love.
product.
Thank you. Happy Tuesday. Thank you. Absolutely.
Deuces, ooses.
Let's get out of here.